This week we're watching Mousesports fight Plan Go. Mousesports has consistently been at the top with victories over World Elite and MYM, and their only loss being a close 3-2 match against SK. Clan Go has been sitting at the bottom 4, but if this season shows anything, it's that anyone can win. Mousesports knows that better than anyone since they had to go through the Season 10 qualifiers because they sucked last season and are now 6-1. After Horizon's victory over MYM, nobody can predict what will happen. This is episode 12 of Imbalanced Video. This is Civilian here. What do you think about Mousesports this season, Seed?
Mousesports has improved a lot since last season, but in my mind they've yet to prove themselves. They beat a weak MYM team, then lost to SK 2 weeks later. They have a few new players with Titan who's been doing very well and Happy, but they still don't seem to have a 4K or SK caliber player other than Sass.
You're right. Sass is doing great. He has 6 wins and 1 loss, with that 1 loss being to Sweet, one of the best players in the league. Ever since he lost badly in WEG, Sass has improved a ridiculous amount. Mouse is looking forward to the playoffs.
But first, Mousesports has to be concerned with their toughest clan war this season, next week against the undefeated 4 Kings. But if they don't focus on this clan war, Clan Go could easily steal it from them. Titan is looking to set the tone for this match in his first game against Minhook.
Titan and Minhook start on Twisted Meadows. Titan does well with burrow kills and deftly saves his Beastmaster. Minhook attempted to counter Titan with Demolishers, but Minhook doesn't have enough Raiders and Grunts at that point. Titan won. On Game 2, Titan switches his first hero to the Demon Hunter. This is because he has more space to harass on Nullwood and doesn't have to worry about defense as much. Minhook does a strategy similar to his last game, but Titan does something different. He bolsters his archers with a large amount of dots. He continues to buy Staves of Preservation and uses them even more this game, with great effect. The DH is teleported out after a lot of damage is done to him in the final battle. All that damage for nothing, because the DH heals up and rejoins the battle. Titan won.
Spell gets close spawn against Focus in Game 1 on Lost Temple. An Expo goes up for Spell after a brief beating by Focus. After hitting Tier 2, Focus puts up his own Expo. Shy had a chance to take it out, but an awesome surround put an end to that. Spell bought a couple of healing scrolls for the final battle to counter Shockwave and Demolishers. About time to use that scroll. Anytime now. You're never going to find a better time to use it. Spell tried to save his scroll of healing for the next game. Game 2 was yet another example of a human player attacking an orc right at Tier 2. Echo Isles makes it very easy for humans to dominate an orc's Tier 2 buildings, mass a few casters, and tower push. Spell pulls off the default strategy for the win. In Game 3, Spell goes for the early Tier 2 attack again, but rather than using the piercing damage of his summons against the new Tier 2 buildings, he goes for some grunt kills. Instead of actually killing grunts, he drops a few tomes of experience in the form of footmen. Spell lost sight of the reason you attack at Tier 2. The goal is to delay the opponent's Tier 2 buildings, not to lose units.
This is Game 2 of Happy vs. Oji on Twisted Meadows. Nobody recorded the replay of the first game, so both Happy and Oji got penalty points, and the rest of us got jacked. Happy starts off well with 3 grunt kills, that's half of the grunts Oji had, and Oji has to creep easier creeps because of it. Happy stuck with his fiend army, which isn't as big as it could be because he's teching. Oji builds up his army and goes after Happy. Happy's weaker army and bad attempts at burrowing give Oji a leg up. By the final battle, Happy has got Destro tech and has 1 Destro and a level 2 Crypt Lord. Happy's army is still smaller from the previous confrontation, but Oji makes the mistake of attacking the Crypt Lord. Rule number 1 for fighting the undead tri-hero: never attack the Crypt Lord. He has spiky armor, and then he gets coiled. You're never going to actually kill it. The awesome undead tri-hero is what wins Happy the game.
Sass against Shy, playing one of the most interesting matchups in all of Warcraft 3. The bad news is that combined Shy and Sass built 112 Huntresses, meaning 2 games full of mass Huntress battles. But the good news is that most of those Huntresses ended up dying. In Game 1, the mass murderers were the 2 Priestesses of the Moon. Both gained level 6 and Starfall, but while Sass got it first, he subsequently lost his hero and Shy went on to win. Game 2 on Lost Temple was more of the same until Shy pulled off some amazing micro. His ability to run back 7 red health Huntresses won him the game. Saving 21 food worth of units is more than a day's work. Shy pulled off an upset in 2 games.
Shy and Focus control the map and get more use out of the fountain because of it. In a mid-battle, there are a lot of red health units, but Clan Go uses the fountain and gets an advantage. The final victory is when Shy attacks Sass and gets Sass's partner Happy to teleport to help Sass. The Mousesports team of Sass and Happy are expecting Focus to be attacking Sass's base too, but Focus is at Happy's base, leveling it to the ground. He even finishes in time to help Shy from losing the 2-on-1 battle. The second game is on Twisted Meadows. Focus attacks while Shy goes straight to hunts. Sass and Happy still aren't working as a mesh team, so Focus is able to hold them off while Shy is busy. The Hunt and Grunt melee units give Mousesports range units a lot of trouble, especially when Focus and Shy attack Sass's base. Shy starts building ancient protectors during the attack. When the towers finish, Mousesports is already defeated. In this clan war, we had another lost replay. Clans already get 1 penalty point if they don't upload a replay, but we still get these lost games. A good solution for this is to use a replay autosave program. Not only is it a good idea to have all your replays saved so you can analyze them, but in cases like these, it would save your team from getting penalized. Some players play in internet cafes who may not allow people to install autosave programs, in which case the player should make sure to save his replay. This is a professional gaming league, not a daycare. Now, there are observers in the game who could also save the replay. An ESL WC3L official observes every game, as well as a handful of shoutcasters, reporters, and teammates. Making a rule that the observers have to save the game would be going too far, but we should encourage them to save the replays so the rest of the audience can enjoy the game.
Coming in at number 5, Titan tries to pull a fast one against Minhuk. He aggroes the creeps, then as a raider attempt to ensnare the creeps, forcing them to destroy the Night Elf gold mine. You have to figure he wouldn't be doing it if he didn't know that it was possible, but obviously it's harder than it looks. After 4 tries, he gives up and goes on to lose the game.
X-Ligan's DK and his illusion come to harass Zakhard's TC. The TC backs away from the conflict, leaving the items behind for the Death Knight to take.
Zakhard against Zyligan comes in at number 3. If you look closely, one shockwave takes the peasants down to under half health. Now, if you do some rather advanced calculus, you can deduce that the second shockwave will actually kill the peasants. Obviously, Zyligan needs to work on his math.
Game 3 of Ghost Top against Syria. At the fountain, Syria's Lich is hit by Nova that wakes up the creeps. Syria's Lich barely escapes the aggroed creeps. Great move by Ghost Top.
For top play number 1, we return to Zakhard against Zyligan. The Archmage decides to turn back, barely dodges a shockwave, and hopes to run again. The Boots of Speed pays off for the Blade Master, but he still isn't faster than both. Zyligan realizes the importance of the Archmage in his army and decides to tavern him. If only he could have looked 20 seconds into the future when the Archmage would bite the dust. Zakhard went on to win in 3 games. Mouse has to be reeling after that 3-2 loss. Without those much-needed points, their automatic qualification to the LAN tournament could be in jeopardy. Without that spot, they will have to face off against a team like SK or MYM to reach the LAN finals.
Clan Go even has a chance at avoiding the qualification tournament. If they kick their performance up a notch, they could have a backdoor chance at getting into the playoffs. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching Imbalanced Video.